Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to do a life's purpose reading. So we'll find out sort of what type of person you are and sort of what direction your life purpose is going or can be going. So today we're going to have 5 groups and we have stones to choose. So group 1 is this little jade Buddha. Group 2 is this stone, I think it's a lapis lazuli. I'm not sure, I'm not going to say the names unless I know them. This is for group 2. Group 3 we have a rose quartz. If it will concentrate. Group 4 we have this green stone. In group 5 we have this orangey red stone. So whichever one you are called to, choose that one. You can pause if you need to, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so for group 1, we're going to do sort of a little bit of what type of person you are. So we received the Queen of Arrows, Swan, King of Knight, or King of Arrows, sorry, which is says Kingfisher. I'll show you the close. And Queen of Vessels, Salmon. So I was feeling when I was shuffling for this deck kind of a bit of indecision, like you're trying to go with the flow, but things are sort of like stagnant right now, and you almost feel like it's this uphill battle to try and figure out exactly what it is you want to do with your life. You sort of feel like this salmon, like sort of beating yourself up, like, why don't I know what I want to do? Everybody else knows what they want to do and I don't, and I'm trying to like just go with the flow. Maybe you went to college or you went to a vocational school, but nothing really came of it, and you're sort of just waiting and like wondering, like, what do I do with my life? Where am I supposed to be going? So this is the sort of energy that I got from you. A lot of like unsureness and a little bit of insecurity and sort of comparing yourself to others. Like, just remember that everyone is on a different path and you are where you're supposed to be right now. So even though you feel like you might not be doing something or going somewhere, it's for a reason. Maybe you need this time to rest and really figure out for yourself which way you want to go. So everything comes in sort of a divine timing. And so here I pulled some cards for out of my life's purpose deck, and you received support. Your life purpose fully supports you. So when you do find that, you will be fully supported, not only by yourself, but also your higher self, your guides, your angels, if you believe in that. And you did receive time to decide. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. So this is part of that whole indecisive energy that's coming from you. You deep down, you know what you love and where you want to go, but you're a little afraid to pursue it because maybe you think people are going to think you're weird, or it's not using your degree or something like that. But just put those thoughts aside and go for it. Really take the time to dig deep and within. Maybe try meditation or journaling, or try out different hobbies to figure out, because it's time to decide what you want to do for your life's purpose. And you also received animals. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance, as the animals are part of your life's work. So maybe you've always felt drawn to animals, and maybe this is a path that you can pursue if you really feel guided to do so. I also picked a few other cards out of other oracle decks to give you a little more guidance. So you received assertiveness. This situation can be healed gently and with love, as you've requested, yet there's also a need for your strength and truthfulness with the other people involved. We will stand right behind you as you speak your truth, giving you strength and guiding your words. So really just put your foot down, and if you've decided something and somebody's trying to say, no, don't do that, if you really want to, don't listen to them and just go for it. Be assertive. It's like it's really telling you, this deck, to really, it's time to start thinking and really considering what you want to do. And maybe this rest period is over. And you also received do not fear the unknown. So even if you're wanting to pursue something that you don't necessarily know too much about that field, it's okay. There's always ways to learn. There's a lot of information on the internet. Even YouTube, you can learn new skills. There's like websites that you could learn skills from. So it's like a great time to learn and for a wealth of knowledge to come your way very easily. So don't fear the future. Don't worry about it. And also love without condition. So this might be a loving yourself. Don't beat yourself up because you're not where you feel you're supposed to be right now. So just really take the time to go inwards. Show yourself some love. Don't beat yourself up about it anymore. Just really try and decide what it is that you love. And where there's love and passion, that's where you should pursue. Because that, you get that feeling for a reason, because you were meant to go along that path. So I hope that message resonated with you for your life's purpose. Thank you for tuning in, Group 1, and much love. So now we're going on to group number 2, about what is your life's purpose. So first I'm going to show you some cards about the type of energy that you carry, and like sort of the type of person you are. And when I was shuffling, I got like a lot of energy, and these cards sort of clarified. So first you got Two of Swords, challenge. So you're kind of, I feel like, a bit of a fiery person. Like, you're not gonna take no crap from no one type of deal. Like, you are really good at speaking your mind. And you also received the Knight of Vessels, eel. So I feel that you are just sort of, at the time, going with the flow. Perhaps you have a 9 to 5 or something, and it's okay, you know, you're just sort of living through life, but you're starting to sort of think like, is this what I want? And if it is, then okay. But if not, then you're like, maybe there's something more for me. You're sort of thinking about that. And you also got Three of Arrows, jealousy. I think this goes along with that fire energy that you have with, maybe you are a fire sign, or maybe you're just like I was saying, very not going to take anything from anyone. You stand your ground. You know where you stand, and you don't let people push you around. So, but you might be sort of looking at other people, maybe like people who don't have that 9 to 5, and you're sort of have that feeling of jealousy pop up, and you're just, yeah, you're jealous of them because they get to have all this freedom and they don't have to go to work and be in traffic for 2 hours and be around people that they don't necessarily like. So you're sort of comparing yourself to others as well, like group 1. But I think this is the start of you sort of trying to figure out what it is that you want to do. What is your life purpose? Why are you here on this earth? So just remember that we're all like a part of each other, and there's plenty of enough to go around. There's plenty love and abundance. So just sort of try, and when this jealousy creeps up on you, just say, no, I'm not jealous. I'm happy for them. And once you put that love out there, that will return to you. So just, cool it a little on that. But I do like that you stand your ground, which is a good trait to have, and a lot of us really would like that, like to be able to speak our truth easily. So we're going to go ahead and get into your life's purpose. And you received infinite abundance. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. So as soon as you find that life's purpose, you're going to find that abundance comes so easily to you. You're going to be provided with all that you could ever need and want. And you also got yoga. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercise. So doing sort of like physical activities and maybe like yoga, which is a little more spiritual, that might sort of help you tap in to what your life's purpose is. Or maybe you really like yoga, or maybe you're even considering teaching yoga or being an exercise coach, or I don't really know what they're called. A trainer, that's what it is. Maybe that's sort of what you've been thinking of. Maybe you really like to work out, and maybe that, if you really enjoy it, that could be part of your life's purpose, and you should explore that. You also received creative expression. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. So you're probably also a creative person. Maybe you like draw or paint on the side, or maybe you sing or dance, or are in a drama club or something like that. And that, if it brings you joy and love and passion, you should also pursue that. This isn't for everyone, but maybe this is some of you, and this is other of you, and some of you, this might all be you. So you just have to sort of pursue your passions and what you love doing. And you also received daydream. You will more easily hear and receive our messages if you daydream regularly. Relax and open your mind to receiving without directing your thoughts. Just notice any feelings, visions, or ideas as if you are watching a movie. This is a seat of creativity. So again, going back to creativity, maybe you are a daydreamer, your mind wanders to things, or you suddenly think about these random like ideas or paintings or like contraptions. Pay attention to that, because your higher self is trying to tell you something. And you also received be without malice. So this goes along with this jealousy card. Make sure you sort of get yourself out of this mindset, because when you're in this sort of mindset, like of jealousy and malice, you're living in the lack mentality, and you're feeling like that way because you think there's not enough for everyone. Oh, why do they get that and I'm stuck with this? You gotta get yourself out of that mindset, because you're gonna keep attracting that back into your life. And once you let that go and realize and tell yourself that you are abundant and you deserve everything the universe has to offer you and more, then all of those will flow into your life so much easier. So that was your life's purpose reading for group number 2. I hope that resonated with you, and thank you for watching, and much love. So we're going to move on to group number 3. So first I'm going to do a little reading on what type of person or energy you carry. So first you received the moon on water, along with the pole star, and finally 9 of stones, tradition. So I feel like you are a bit of a dreamer with your head kind of up in the clouds. You might really like to look at the stars and the moon. I know I do. And you're sort of wanting to plant this seed in your life. And that might be your life's purpose. I feel like everybody who's watching this video, no matter what group you're choosing, something's triggered you to start thinking about your life's purpose. What's important to you? What do you want out of life? Do you want that 9 to 5, or do you want something more? So I feel like you're all sort of in the same boat. And you're like searching and looking for something, and you really want to plant that seed. And maybe you're on a more spiritual path, and you've been meditating a lot to find these answers. And so let's move on. So your life's purpose, these aren't going to apply to all of you, like all of them. Pick what resonates with you. So we received family. Loving your friends and family is central to your life's purpose. So maybe like starting a family, or just helping your family. Maybe you are always that person that they go to and you sort of counsel them, and maybe your family is what's going to help you realize your dream. Or maybe they're like, oh, you're really good at so-and-so, like painting or whatever, and they're like, you should do that more. So if they're telling you that, you should listen to them. And if it resonates with you and you're like, you know what, I am good at this and I do like doing it, try and pursue that. And you also got environmentalist. You're an earth angel who was born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals. So maybe you really like being out in nature and maybe meditating at the park in the grass, or going on hikes. So maybe you should pursue something sorry, along those lines. Maybe you like to garden, or I don't know, something to do with the environment. Maybe you like animals, or like butterflies, or something like that. Look into those options, those environmental. You don't necessarily have to be an environmentalist. You could like grow your own plants and sell them at a farmer's market, and maybe that's what your life's purpose is to bring those plants and share them with others and teach them about them and teach them how to care for them. And then you got options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. Maybe there's something that's already currently coming up and you really want to pursue that. Go for it. So I've pulled a few other oracle cards out of a few other decks, and you received life purpose. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus on serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. So maybe find something that you feel great doing, and that in turn becomes your sort of life purpose. And you also received Embrace Spirit. So this is a new deck, and I'm gonna actually, I feel guided to read what this says. Embrace Spirit. You are a spiritual being living a physical life. Embrace Spirit in your journey and reaffirm your connections with the divine. Fly to the heavens, but remember to look down and see that the divine exists in the magical, natural world beneath you. Spirits dwell within all, in everything you see and know, and everything that you do not see and which is unknown, both the creative and the destructive, the beautiful and the ugly, are born of the divine. So that kind of goes along the lines of the environmentalists, like, and everything is connected. It doesn't matter how small it may seem to you, like plants, that's weird. Why would I do that? They all serve a purpose, so why not? Just go for it. So that was your Life's Purpose reading for group number 3. I hope it resonated with you. Thank you for tuning in, and much love. So we're going to go ahead and get started with group number 4. First, we're going to do a little reading of the type of person that you are. So I pulled a few cards for that. You received the Wanderer, King of Vessels, Heron, and Three of Stones, Creativity. So I feel like you are definitely like a creative person. You might even have a little bit of like high intuition or sort of like psychic abilities, and you're sort of using these to create. Maybe you see visions and you take those and turn them into art. And I get the feeling you're sort of an entrepreneur, and you're starting to create or think about creating your own business where you are your own boss. And you're sort of taking that leap of faith because you didn't necessarily go to business school, and you don't need to. As long as you're happy, you can follow your dreams, and if they're in line with your higher self and your life's purpose, they're going to work out. And so here are a few cards that came from the Life's Purpose deck. You received Travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. So maybe you already travel a lot and you really like that. Maybe you travel to different places to find different sort of materials to use in your job. Or maybe you just travel just because you like it, and maybe you blog about it. And you also got Leadership. Take charge of this situation. So really hone your leadership skills, because you're going to be pursuing your dreams, and you're going to be a leader, and everybody who works under you is going to look to you for direction. So really take charge, and if you want to do something, do it, and if you don't, say no. And you got Career Change. You're embarking upon a career that brings you joy, the joy and abundance you desire and deserve. So maybe you currently are in a job and you're thinking about leaving and pursuing this. And I think that's, if you feel like you're in a good place for that, or just know that it's coming. Know that you're not going to need to be doing that job for very much longer. And you also, I pulled two other different decks, and you got Change in Direction. The changes you're experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. Follow your passions and your desires, because that's where your fulfillment and life's purposes are. We all feel our feelings for a reason, and when we feel happy and joy and passion from doing something, that's your higher self trying to tell you, go in this direction. And you also received nourish the soul. So, again, just follow what you love doing. And this is going to lead you to your life's purpose. And this is true for everyone. So I hope that reading resonated with you. Thank you for tuning in, and much love. And now we're going to get to our last group, which is group 5. So needed some water. So first we're going to sort of do a little overview of your sort of personality or type of person you are. And so I pulled a few cards for that. When I was shuffling, I did feel like you're very like a headstrong type person, like you have a good head on your shoulders type of thing. And so you received 2 of arrows, injustice, 4 of vessels, boredom, and the blasted oak, which represents the Tower card. So I feel like you're a very passionate person. I think you might be more political because you don't like to see injustice in the world, and you don't like to see people suffer. And this is from you're very empathetic and compassionate, and you just want to help everybody. You want to help the underdog, or the person who's being trampled on by big corporations, or maybe you go in and protest. But there's this lull when you don't have that thing that what's the word? When something doesn't trigger you to this form of thought, you're sort of what do I do now? And you're just sort of you don't know what to do with yourself, basically. But I feel like there's been this recent shift in your life where things are really sort of gaining a new perspective in your life. So you're this is why you're thinking about your life's purpose. I feel like you probably already have a stable job, or you kind of are in college and getting your degree for something. But this shift has woken you up, and you're sort of thinking, do I want to do this? Should I still be doing this? Look at all these people that are suffering, and I'm over here doing this. How is that helping? I think that's sort of your mentality. You're waking up to really thinking about your life's purpose. And like I said, I think it was for group 3 or something. All of you who are watching this video, no matter what group you chose, I believe that you are all something happened where you're this shift where you just all started thinking about, well, what am I doing here? type of thing. What am I doing with my life? And these jobs that you currently have, if they're 9 to 5s, you're this isn't do I want to do this? Do I keep wanting to do this? No, you don't really want to do it, because nobody wants to really do a 9 to 5, and it's because you weren't meant to. You were meant to pursue your passions and desires. And maybe that's this for you, finding justice for others. Maybe you are going to pursue something the political, or maybe just going out and volunteering with Habitat and helping. Okay, sorry. Camera cut out. I didn't know where it cut out. So, okay. I think I said everything. Like, I think I was talking about Habitat and going and just like volunteering and doing like something to help the community. Maybe start there. So, no matter how small it seems, it's something very big to somebody else, and it's helping you find your path and your purpose and your passion in life. So we're going to move on, and 4 cards came out for group 5 for the Life's Purpose cards. So you received Strength. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. So maybe take that strength, use it to go after what you really want, and you have that strength to help others. And you got Counseling. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. So that's like your empathy skills. Maybe you are an empath. So, and that goes with not liking injustice. You just want to help people, and maybe counseling is that way. Maybe you can just help by just lending that ear and helping them that way. Because you're strong enough to take on other people's problems and really process them, but not take them in as your own. And you also got Author. You have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. So maybe for some of you this resonates, for some of you it doesn't, but maybe take these experiences, maybe write a book, put it to words, write a poem, do something, and get that energy flowing. And Protected, you are safe and supported while you change your career. So you don't have to worry about if it's the right move. If it feels right to you, it is. And know that you're protected and being guided that way. And so I have 2 other cards from 2 separate decks for some extra guidance. And you received Go For It. Your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We've been working with you on this situation since its genesis, and we continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay on your present path, as it will take you very far indeed. So stay on this path that you're being called to, and just go for it. And remember, you're protected and you're strong, and you're more than capable of making this work. And you also received Time to Ground. So this is a new deck, so I'm going to actually go ahead and read what this one has to say for you. Time to ground. We all experience moments in our lives when we feel confused, unfocused, and surrounded by chaos and turmoil. These moments are often unavoidable, as are the lessons these moments can impart. But how you respond to them is a choice only you can make. Take a deep breath and a moment to pause and reconnect with Gaia and nature. Seek the silence of the void within whilst your spirit spirals downward to anchor itself like an ancient tree root in the cleansing embrace of the earth beneath you. So maybe this is just advice to work on your root chakra, which is helps you to stay grounded and feel secure and safe. And once you feel and know that you are secure in everything that you do, then abundance will flow. And yeah, I guess that's all I have for you today. Group 5, I hope that reading resonated with you. I thank you for tuning in, for all of you for tuning in. Much love and goodbye.